Margie Beavis is now our next speaker from the Medical Association for Prevention of War. Thank you, Margie.
Thank you. Thank you all for being here. I'd also like to acknowledge the traditional owners and pay respects for the care they've taken for this land for many, many generations. I'd also like to say respect to Alexander for what a terrific speech about organisations. I think that was really worth a clap on its own. So, MAPW, the Medical Association for Prevention of War, has been around for over 40 years. We're a group of health professionals, doctors, nurses, physios, OTs, you name it. We come together and we work on the prevention of war, recognising it's a global health issue. We're also really interested in the prevention of nuclear war, particularly, and all of the aspects of the nuclear chain, most recently in regard to waste and to nuclear power. I suppose our crowning glory, which was a bit like giving birth to a gorilla, was ICAN. I'd like to acknowledge Sue Wareham, Tilman, Ruff, and of course Dave Sweeney as the founders, among the founders of ICAN. We also set up Quit Nukes, which is nuclear weapons-free finance. A lot of you wouldn't be aware that your superannuation has nuclear weapons companies in it. With that campaign, which is now about 5 years old, we've got 2 major funds to drop nuclear weapons altogether. We've got 3 funds to reduce their holdings significantly by a 5% threshold, which means they won't take money from companies that take more than 5% of their money from nukes. And also that the Responsible Investment Association of Australia, after approaches from us, included nuclear weapons in any certified product. They had to have 0 nuclear weapons, so that was good. Other projects we've worked on, we've done reports on weapons companies in schools, and alongside others, but we wrote to the state governments to get them to stop weapons companies coming to schools, and in Queensland and Victoria and New South Wales, alongside the New South Wales teachers, they have now prohibited nuclear weapons companies from public schools. And it's great to see that the teachers are speaking here today because we're really interested in hearing about implementation of that policy. We also have been examining emissions from the military. I think a lot of you would have seen the Earth's Greatest Enemy. On Gaza and Israel, we've written many letters to the Foreign Minister and Prime Minister about the appalling genocide in Gaza, and particularly the targeted destruction of healthcare hospitals, the killing and imprisoning of so many people, but particularly health professionals, has been really quite shocking. And we're also working with the medical regulator because they've just recently adopted the International Holocaust Remembrance Association definition of anti-Semitism, which is just a shame. It's just an exercise in silencing, and we're challenging that decision. We're meeting with them in a couple of weeks. Collectively, I think there is a lot of groups, and we can take a lot of credit for us, to say that there is no public licence, or really limited the public licence for AUKUS. They keep pretending that the waste coming from AUKUS is like hospital waste. Well, bollocks to that. Other things we've worked with others and has been successful is stopping the international nuclear waste dump, opposing nuclear power at the last election, and stopping waste dumps on First Nations land where they had no consent. And I think we're quite proud of that. I also think we're working actively on pointing out the complete farce that is AUKUS. I don't need to tell you guys about AUKUS and how awful it is, but yeah, tying us into the US military industrial complex, and now the Israeli industrial complex, since some legislation passed Congress a couple of days ago, is really quite shocking and committing us to the next US war even worse. Thank you.